out of this hive. So we went in, and all the bees were in the top box. The bottom box was all empty comb, but there were only 3 frames of brood. We did find the queen. The queen is marked, so she was easy to find, green from last year. But with 3 frames of brood, this hive is not strong enough to split it. I mean, what are you going to do? Just make 2 weak hives? I would rather let this build up for a couple more weeks because we're really early in the year. I explained to the team, the group, Kevin, our little debate about when is too early to make splits, and I think this is about the earliest that you can really attempt it based on the fact that I saw drones flying last year on May 3rd. So you could make a split now and have drones flying so that you could mate the virgin queen. But you have plenty of time to make splits. You don't have to make them now. You can make them on May 1st or June 1st. You really want to do a split when the flow is on. So you have time. So I went and looked at it and said, you know what, I'm not going to make it today. I'm going to let this hive build a little bit stronger, and then I'll come up here in a couple of more weeks or a month and I'll make the split then. Okay. So that's what we decided to do. Only 3 frames. I mean, I would think you'd want to see at least 6 or 8 frames in order to split it. It has to be strong. You don't want to make a weak hive weaker.
Did you do anything like reversing the boxes?
So we did. So we reversed the boxes. So we put the brood nest down here. So the 3 frames of brood are in the middle. There's a couple frames of pollen, and there actually were 3 or 4 frames of honey in there. So we put that down there as well. And the top is just empty comb. If I had more brood for combs, I would have put a couple up here and built the brood nest too tall right in the center, and that's called pyramiding up. That encourages the bees to build up in the top box. But once they fill it out this way, they'll normally go up into the top box. But if they don't, what you do is just take a couple of frames from the outside of the brood nest and put them up above the brood nest, and that'll encourage them to build in the top box. Okay, so I suspect we're going to see the same thing in here. Hopefully it's a little stronger, and if we have more brood in there, we'll make a nuke out of it. We'll make a split. I'd like to have 1 at least for Earth Day. I'm doing Earth Day next week over in the pavilion across the street, and I'd like to have a nuke to be able to put into the observation hive. That's right.
Oh, they're in there for
in the front.
Yeah. Well, go ahead. You want to get one in the front? No, you have to lift the cover, okay? You didn't get any smoke there. So first of all, first thing I would do, smoker, is you want to make sure that the smoke is cold, right? So you try it, test it out, make sure it is pretty cool. And you don't have to smoke it like this, because all that does is push some embers out. So you want to go easy. But all you want to do is crack it up, give a couple of puffs, and that's plenty, and then put the cover back down and give the bees a chance to realize, hey, I've been smoked.
Okay.
All right?
Okay, so just do it again?
Yes. I'll do it so you get the feel for it.
Grooming behavior, is that time of the day for you?
We have to groom each other
that's
too.
plenty.
We're like the bees.
Remember, the bees communicate by chemical signals. Their sense of smell is incredible. So it doesn't take a lot of smoke for them to realize that the hive's been smoked. All right, go ahead.
He's got to be much more relaxed.
You're right in there, right?
It's just insulation that I put in it.
He got a bee flying in the back of his down his shirt.
Don't pick.
I know, that's what I was like, yeah, he can stay. No, I just went and touched it. I'm like, oh, I'll get a fan.
It's too late, he's stunned you. Okay, what I like to do with the inner cover is put it at the entrance so the bees can go back home. All right, this has a shim on it because I came up here last week and threw some fondant on it. It's like they ate some, they didn't eat all of it. But I wasn't sure, it was so cold I couldn't go in to see what was going on. So I just put it on there for insurance. So I want to take the shim off. All right, so my first impression.
Not a lot of bees on top.
That's right. I suspect that the bottom box is empty. So if I look in here, I don't see bees on these frames here. I see the cluster over here, which means this is all the bees I probably have in this box, which is not a lot. Okay, so it made it through the winter, but it's not thriving at this point, okay? So what I would do with this one, rather than break apart the brood nest and check everything out, is I would, and maybe I should show this.
3 weeks. You guys might take a look at this. Watch this.
What I would do is crack the box, give it a little smoke. No, Charles, I'm just going to sand it on end.
Okay.
We'll give it a little smoke. I'm going to show you how you can understand what's going on in the box without taking all the frames out. Right?
Hey, watch this.
So
Watch
what I'm
this.
going to do is I'm going to bring it over.
Look at that.
And I'm just going to tip it up. And I'm going to look from the bottom, and I can see there's no bees on this frame. There's no bees on this frame, this frame, this frame. There's a few. None here, none here. This is where your cluster is, and there's not a lot of bees in there.
4 or 5
So there's no need for me to pull all those frames out. I can take a look at the bottom. I know exactly what's going on in this hive. I don't have to take it out and expose them to the wind today, particularly. No need to do that. Okay? So the bottom box we're going to look at, right? So let's put this one, where's the cover? Turn the cover over for me.
See what he's doing there? That's proper use.
This is fairly heavy, so there's got to be some honey in there. So that's good.
You drop the queen.
I also, yeah, I would cover them. Right? Now, what do we see here? What's this?
Mold.
Mold. Okay, now the first thing I'll do is I'll get an idea. Is it heavy or is it light?
You tell us.
If I can lift it with 2 fingers, it's light. So this box is probably empty, right? All the bees are up in the top, and there's not a lot of them. So the hive survived, but it's not thriving. So no way we're going to make a split out of it, right? It's not strong enough.
What's the mold from?
Mold is from moisture in the hive.
And
there's no bees down in the bottom to clean it out. So again, I would look at it. Again, all of those frames are empty.
pretty clean too.
Yeah, they look okay.
Got a mess there.
You got some dead
mold
bees on
here.
the bottom board. Yeah, there's.
It's a hive that's like 1 year old from last year.
Yes, so this one is a split that we made. So last year we took 2 splits out of this hive, and we made these 2 other ones. So this one built up into 2 boxes starting last year. You want to go clean that for me, Charles?
Got it.
So go clean off. So we have some dead bees in there. Not surprising, I guess. So what are we going to do now? We're going to reverse the boxes, right? We're going to put that first box on the bottom where the brood is, and then we're going to put this one on the top to give them room to build up.
Are you going to go check this one? We don't have enough, right?
That's right.